Welcome back to Super Chocobo World, the pixelated universe designed around the completion of the collection log. Thanks to the help of tedious's generate task spreadsheets, each level is completely random and increases in difficulty as I progress forward through each stage. Previously on Super Chocobo World, I blast fished up some mogres and got the newest part of my fish cosplay, the Mud Skipper hat. Then I headed into the depths of the Mithril Dragon Lair and discovered some new ancient pages to add to my collection. Saradomin's general, Commander Ziliana, decided to cough up the Armadillo crossbow, leaving me with the new best-in-slot one-handed ranged weapon. I got f***ed by some dark beasts and lost my hardcore status. And last but not least, I collected one of the final Slayer uniques that I still needed, the Dark Bow. Mini Chocobo may no longer have a red helmet, but that does not mean the collection log grind stops. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you at the end. Well, this is a little awkward to explain. Remember how I mentioned that my computer crashed in the last episode and that I got ring of life at 8 HP at Saradomin? Well, I guess in order to avoid dying to a computer crash, I decided to take it easy from doing anything that could possibly kill me. And so I actually refused to do Dark Beast for a couple of days, and that is why this first clip is actually still with me as a hardcore symbol. It's kind of ironic that I would end up dying to those same Dark Beasts anyways, not even to a computer crash, but I find that kind of funny. This is one of the only times this has ever happened where I had to do a task out of order. The only other exception would be if I got a wildy task as a hardcore and I was streaming it, then sometimes they would be a little bit out of order, but this is very, very infrequent. Long story short, Mini Chocobo got his hardcore status back. Yeah! No, but not really. It just is, as I explained before, fortunately a little bit out of order. At least Mini Chocobo gets to keep that hardcore symbol for one final episode. I totally forgot this is actually what happened. Moving on to the actual task, I need to get a crawling hand, which is like one of the stuffed heads from other Slayer creatures, except crawling hands don't really have a head, so I guess it should have just been the thumb because it just drops its whole self as a creature. And I think a crawling thumb would have been a little bit cooler. But anyways, it has a 1 in 500 chance of dropping itself. And with only 16 hit points, this is going to be a very, very, very fast task. Wait. Oh, wait. Damn it. I thought I got it as a drop. It's just a little one spawned under a big one. No. Oh, I got it. Yes. Yes. Hell yes. 858 total kills, not too bad of a grind at all. It's really a shame that the crawling hands don't have any useful drops. They do drop crappy gloves. However, since they are adding Barrows gloves to the Barrows chest in the next update, I think that maybe adding it as a 1 in 32,000 from crawling hands would be absolutely hilarious and also balanced. No, I did not think that people would take me seriously, but I'm putting this in here just in case. I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. No, no, no. No Barrows gloves are coming to the Barrows chest. Don't fall for the Reddit post. I fell for that one time. Long time ago. And I'm saving you the embarrassment now. A while ago, I said if I rolled another naval set, I would go ahead and just get all of the sets. Well, guess who regrets saying that now? I originally was going to pretend I never said it, but Kate's being a slave driver and making me live up to what I said I would do. I need a total of 6 naval sets in this episode. That's 15,000 pieces of 8. Well, Chocobo, getting 15,000 pieces of 8 can't be too bad, right? The answer is, yeah, it can. It takes around 50 hours to acquire that, unless you do the boosting method, which I will be doing because it will save me so much time. If you do the boosting method, you need 3 accounts with Rum Deal done, including the one that you're using, and you can get around 1,200 to 1,500 pieces of 8 per hour. It is a lot of work, but it is definitely worth it because this grind is so long if you're not doing that. So if you notice, the timer actually skipped from 20 minutes to 3 minutes. No, this was not me editing the footage. That's how this boost works. Essentially, you get into the game with only 3 minutes left because you have other accounts starting it. I'll leave a link to an explanation on how exactly to do this. I don't really want to make this into a guide video. I'd rather just keep this as Super Chocobo World, but just know, essentially, I'm starting the games on multiple accounts, and then whenever it's close to being done, I have a bunch of different worlds ready to go, and Mini Chocobo hops into each of those worlds, gets the 100 points needed, which is 100 buckets filled, and then I rinse repeat over and over and over. And like I said, you can get around 1,200 to 1,500 pieces of 8 an hour. The guide I'm gonna link doesn't have any audio, so I figured I would actually just have some general tips. The first one would be always be on resizable. If you don't know why you want to play on resizable, essentially, as you can see on the screen, I am clicking these buckets, and it's much easier to just do it this way, rather than using the fixed screen, which I normally play on, which you have to move in a diagonal pattern, and it's a lot slower in my opinion. Number 2, every time the worlds have a reset, so every update, you have to play a full game, the full 20-minute game on each world that you plan on hopping to. For example, if you want to use world 351 to 357, you'll have to play each game on each world, so 351, 20 minutes, 352, 20 minutes, etc. And once you do that, then you'll be able to do the 3-minute games. A lot of people overlook this and then they say it got patched, but no, it did not get patched. It's just every single week you have to do this. Last but not least, this piece of advice could become out of date very soon, seeing as they're pulling a rework to Graceful. But you are not able to wear a full Graceful set in Trouble Brewing because it requires you to wear the color hat of the team that you're on. So in this regard, you should actually be wearing your Penance gloves and boots of lightness because those actually give more weight reducing features. Also, if you have an explorer's ring, those are very useful because you will eventually run out of run even with 99 agility, and this will replenish all of your run 4 times a day or something like that. Maybe it's 3, I don't remember. It's a lot though, and you can get a ton of PO in that time before the reset. A final noteworthy mention is that you can bring a friend with you that can actually boost points as well. They just won't be able to get as many as you. Usually you get around 50 to 75%, so even if you're getting the minimum of 1,200 an hour, they'd be getting 600 an hour, which is still double the normal rate. So if you have a friend and you're already setting up the worlds, feel free to bring them along. For some reason it doesn't balance out and you'll both be on the same team, you always need to join the red team or it doesn't work. Don't know why that is. If someone could explain it in the comments, I would be very interested to know the reasoning behind this. I may consider making my own Trouble Brewing guide here soon. However, I do think that his guide does fulfill all of the necessary mentions and how to actually do it, so I don't really care to do it right this moment. However, maybe in the future, it might be worth just making a 3 to 4 minute video quickly explaining it for other people to find. Around a 15-hour grind, I wasn't the most efficient because I kinda AFK'd while doing streaming and whatnot, but definitely wasn't as bad as I initially had thought it would be. I would recommend doing the boosting method if you have friends that are willing to help you and or you have 3 accounts with Rumdeal. It just saves so much freaking time. One final mention, I did buy the red and blue rum as well. These were easy tasks and I didn't think it would be worthy of being in this series anymore. They're only 100 pieces of 8 each, maybe even less. I don't remember, they might even be 50. I'd have to go back and look, but definitely not worth the time for you guys to view, and I already had the pieces of 8 anyways, so what would be the point?
This is our town, scrub.
Yeah, beat it.
Choco bro, what are you doing? This wasn't assigned to you on the spreadsheet yet! Well, while this is true, I actually started the Dragon Warhammer grind long before starting this series. It's pretty much required for a lot of endgame content, and it'd be rather bothersome not to have it if I ever did run into one of these endgame grinds during an elite task. The Dragon Warhammer spec drains 30% of a monster's defense if it successfully hits, making it mega OP at bosses such as Corporeal Beast, Chambers of Xeric, and the Theater of Blood. I've actually grinded over 8,000 shamans up until this point, however, it's scattered over months of footage, even dating back to before I had maxed this account. I pretty much streamed every single one of these kills here, except, of course, for these 27, and of course this happens. Oh, I just got it! I got the Warhammer! I got the Warhammer! I did! I actually thought I was closer to 10,000 kills. I made it a principle that I would never, ever, ever check my kill count except when I got the hammer, because I didn't want to know exactly what it was at. That way I didn't get tilted, but in my head I could kind of figure out whenever I got an extra 1,000 kills. So I was a couple thousand kills off when I was telling people on stream. I apologize to you guys, but didn't know. Oh well, 8,000 kills. It's still a well-deserved hammer. Definitely one of the longer grinds I've done on my account so far. So my first task as a normal Iron Man is a freaking hard clue unique episode. Well, as you know, I round up to the nearest 5 or 10, so we only need to actually get 3 hard treasure trail items, which isn't too bad. So we're going to do some Slayer and hopefully get some hard clues and maybe, just maybe, pull a piece of either Gilded or Third Age. This would be very nice. They also count for the other Elite and Master tiers as well. I'll have to double check on that though. Hard clue number 1 of this episode. I don't think I'm going to record all of my hard clues because, you know, they're not actually that rare, but I will open them all at one time probably. I ask you for your advice on how I should be doing these clue scroll challenges. Now, I think that just opening clues is great and all, but obviously getting the clues takes a long time, especially as an Iron Man, because I can't buy Magpie Implings, or like Eclectics even for that matter. Maybe after I get my uniques, I should have some sort of challenge, because otherwise it's just me sitting here either A, completing clues or acquiring clues, and B, also just opening them, which generally doesn't lead to very much content, except for those rare occasions and very short amounts of time where I'm actually opening the physical clue itself. Let me know if you have any suggestions on how I can spice these clips up to make it more enjoyable for you and the rest of the audience to watch, because I don't really know how to do that without exactly opening 5 billion clue scrolls, and if I open 5 billion clue scrolls, it'll take me 5 billion more years to come out with an episode for Super Chocobo World. Hard number 1. Could be unique, we don't know yet. Nope. 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 Alright, well that's all the hards out of the way. We gotta go back for more. Ooh, that's disgustingly bad. Last but not least, Master, please! Oh. Oh, what a bad round of clues. Unfortunately, I did already have this Rune Age shield as well in my collection log. Morphing to R2, the hard reset. Oh my goodness gracious. What? No! What is this task? Oh, wait. Okay, there is a way to do this. And the answer is yes, I did manage to juggle both clues and complete both clues, so very cool. Well, it appears I finished the task, and on the very last kill, got a superior, and that superior dropped me a Dark Totem base, which is a 100% drop in the Catacombs of Kourend, as well as a hard clue scroll. Very, very lucky. I will take that 1,000 billion %. I managed to acquire another 5 hard caskets. Maybe 2. Alright, good luck. Well, that's a duplicate. But I guess we have a master. Alright. Master casket acquired. Let's do it. Ooh, what's that? That's the Abimol, isn't it? Ooh, that's definitely a new one. I don't know if that's new. I don't know. Could be. Nothing. We could be done. I actually don't know. I feel like I have most of these, though. Please. No! It's the Ancient Coif. So, this is new, and then the Dark Cavalier is new. Very nice. So we've got the original Cavaliers. That's pretty nice. I like these ones a lot more. I apologize, fellas. It appears I've scammed you out of a Master Clue loot opening. I know for a fact that I did not get anything from that Master because I do not have a recording of it. It probably was so bad that it wasn't worth recording, but normally I always like to record the Masters, especially since I can't complete all of them on Mini Chocobo. There are still a couple of steps which are very, very hard to do, which are the Bandos Godsword and Bandos Plate Body steps, the Zamorak Godsword step, and the Armadillo Helmet step. Oh, and there's a Bandos Boot step, so there's actually 4 Master Clue steps I can't complete. and I've had to actually drop quite a bit of them. Shameful that I forgot to do that. Oh well, it happens. Now I realized at the very last moment here that I could actually go and kill Skatizo, because Skatizo drops hard clues and sometimes elite clues at 100% drop rate. Well, the hards are at least 100% drop rate. And I have a ton of Slayer totems, or whatever, the Dark totems. And so, yeah, this is going to be the first time I've ever done it with a T-bow. I've heard a T-bow is really freaking good here, so hopefully it lives up to its name, and this is really, really easy. Oh, I was about to be like, did I just get scammed? I was like, where's my drop? There we go. Now that I'm only one unique away from completing my goal, I kind of want to just open every single hard clue the moment I get them. I know I like to open big openings and do like 5 at a time to 10 at a time, sometimes even 20 at a time. However, just because, like I said, I don't want to go over that rate of getting to 40 and accidentally get to 41 or 42. That way, the next time I get this goal, hopefully it will be all 5 uniques. That'd be awesome. This is about the time in the video where if you've been watching this far, I think you deserve to know next week's video may or may not be out on time, depending on my RNG. I have spent over 20 days almost now. By the time this video is out, it will have been over 20 days of doing Slayer, and unfortunately, the item I'm currently searching for is nowhere in sight. I am definitely above the drop rate, but it is something that is insanely rare. I don't want to spoil it too much. If you go to my Twitch stream, you can kind of figure it out if you just kind of look at my titles and stuff, but I don't really want people to talk about it too much because I would like to save it for the video. I think that video will be the most cool video I've ever released on this channel whenever I do get it. I had at least two really, really hard grinds to do, and I haven't even done my elite task yet. So there could be 3 hard grinds. I'm gonna hope that it's not too bad, but you never really know with these tasks. I hope that you guys have been enjoying the Twisted League videos. It's a ton of fun. I have a lot of footage to show you as well. I really love playing that game mode. I don't think I'd ever come close to my enjoyment of playing Mini Chocobo, of course, but it is still a nice change from just normal RuneScape. It's not pet number 2, but that's pretty good. I'll take it. Oh, I feel like I have this. No, please, not like this. No. No! We're done! Yes! Oh, we did it! We did it. Collection log item. We have completed our goal. Oh, clues are done for now, and I get to save my Skatizo totems. Still duplicate, but it does work. Counts. That's going to wrap up episode number 14 of Super Chocobo World. If you're not already subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you could hit that sub and bell button. Also, if you could leave a like, that'd be awesome too. A big thanks to my patrons. If you'd like to further support the channel and acquire some neat perks along the way, that is a great way to do so. As always, a massive thank you to Kate for making all of the amazing art for these videos. Make sure to check out her social media links down below and to get sneak peeks on the future episodes of Super Chocobo World. Let's get her to over 420 followers today. That's the goal for this episode. Also, don't forget to follow my Twitter either. Don't forget about me. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you very, very soon with another episode of Super Chocobo World and my Twisted League progression.